After Baki's demon brain awoke, his demon back also came alive. At this moment, Baki's speed had gone beyond human reaction. In just 0.2 seconds, Baki knocked Oliva out with a single punch. Realizing he couldn't avoid Baki's hits, Oliva used his strongest move. He curled his body into a perfect ball. Every part was covered tightly by his joints, leaving no openings. Against Oliva like this, no matter how fast Baki was, his speed meant nothing. Baki tried a jumping back kick, but he was knocked back to his spot while Oliva stood firm. The truth was, from endless training, Oliva learned to control every muscle in his body. The second Baki's punch landed, Oliva's muscles would quickly expand and push back, creating a counter. To break through Oliva's solid defense, Baki chose to use the rigid body method from judo. Normally, when a body hits something hard, the joints absorb the shock. But if someone locks their joints solid, the body becomes like an iron ball, releasing great power. Baki smashed Oliva with huge force, but it felt like hitting a steel wall. In that short moment of Baki's surprise, Oliva suddenly grabbed his wrist. Then, like a wild beast, he opened his huge mouth and tried to swallow Baki whole. Baki struggled hard, waving his arms, but Oliva shoved him back inside. When Baki was finally spat out, he lay on the ground, unable to move. Seeing this, Oliva dropped his ultimate guard. Looking at the still Baki, he bragged, saying if Baki admitted defeat, he'd let him live. But instead of giving in, Moto mocked him, asking if Oliva had gone old and crazy. Realizing Baki wouldn't listen, Oliva chose to finish him off. He kicked Baki high into the air, ready to swallow him again. But this time, Baki had found the weakness. He shoved his fingers deep into Oliva's nose. In pain, Oliva slapped Baki away, but he himself wasn't much better. Blood flowed heavily from his nose. Enraged, Oliva roared, but Baki stayed calm and even made a suggestion. Hearing it, Oliva looked thrilled. He couldn't believe he might lose to someone 100 kilos lighter than him. Suddenly, a voice shouted. Mike Tyson called to Baki, "Do you know why boxing has 17 weight classes? He's 100 kilos heavier than you. This is suicide." Still, Baki chose to fight. At this point, nothing could stop them. The final battle between America's strongest man, Oliva, and the world's strongest high schooler, Baki Hanma. The two traded blows, fist for fist, striking each other in the face. The force sent their bodies rocking backward again and again, but neither stepped down. The fight was so violent that vultures were already waiting above, ready to eat. Now, Baki had only one goal, to defeat Oliva with no tricks, using only raw power and strength. Under Baki's non-stop punches, America's strongest fighter was actually being pushed back. The guards watching took off their hats, giving both fighters their full respect. With a final roar, Oliva launched his last attack. But as the demon's son, how could Baki give up? He tensed his abs and smashed his head into Oliva with everything he had. At last, Baki broke through that unbreakable defense and saw the outside.